I'm tired of Usher. I wish somebody would come out and just like sue him. Like, we need Usher. No, we do. We need a victim to come out and be honest about him.
Been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So yeah, and we gonna go buck full crazy.
Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of the Kitty edition. Get his ripped out.
Why would Diddy be tapping this kid in his chest to see if he wired? And asking him, are you wired? Why would he be confronting that kid? Why would Justin Bieber make a song about, what is it? I got smashed at a Diddy party or something like that? Why? There's reasons behind all this. So, where there's smoke, there's fire, Cam.
For years, he kept it all inside. The pain, the fear, the truth. While millions of fans watched him grow from a teenage sensation into a global superstar, very few knew what he was really going through. Behind the cameras, behind the interviews, behind the headlines, there was a much darker story playing out. Justin wasn't just struggling with fame. He was battling something far deeper, something he was too afraid to talk about, something that involved powerful people, powerful names, and moments that haunted him long after the spotlight faded. One of those names was Sean Combs, known to the world as Diddy. While the world focused on the glamorous side of the industry, Justin was living through situations that no young person should ever face. He stayed silent, afraid of what might happen if he told the truth. He pushed the memories down, hoping they would fade, but they never did. They stayed with him, quietly shaping his life, his choices, and his silence. Now everything has changed. The investigations into Diddy are exposing a side of the music industry that many tried to ignore. Victims are speaking up. People are being held accountable. And Justin has decided that he cannot keep quiet any longer. This is no longer about protecting his image or playing nice. This is about truth. This is about justice. This is about healing. For the first time ever, Justin is ready to share what really happened. He is opening up about what he went through, what he saw, and how deeply it affected him. And he is not just telling his story. He is bringing the receipts, real evidence, real messages, real moments that connect him to
Happy birthday, Justin!
Welcome to the family, John.
What he reveals is not easy to hear. It is raw. It is painful. It is honest. This is not just another celebrity story. This is a young man reclaiming his voice after years of silence. This is Justin Bieber finally saying enough is enough. Back in the day, Diddy presented himself as a mentor, someone who could guide Justin through the chaos of the industry. But now with federal charges hanging over Diddy's head and the disturbing allegations piling up, people are taking a second look at everything. Old clips once seen as harmless moments between a rising star and a music mogul are suddenly being re-examined with a very different lens. One video in particular has resurfaced and caused a major stir online. In it, Justin is just 15 years old. Diddy can be seen handing him the keys to a car, saying it would be waiting for him every time he came to Los Angeles. He then says Justin was staying with him for 2 days. On camera, it might have looked like an innocent gesture at the time, but now in the middle of a high-profile investigation involving serious accusations like trafficking and abuse, that same video is raising serious concerns. Social media has been flooded with questions. People want to know why a teenager who is still finding his way in the music world was spending time alone with a grown man who now stands accused of horrific crimes. They want to know if anyone protected Justin or if he was just another young artist surrounded by the wrong people at the wrong time. Diddy's legal team claims he is innocent. He has pleaded not guilty, but the footage of him violently attacking Cassie Ventura, his longtime girlfriend, speaks volumes. Prosecutors say she tried to escape one of his so-called parties and was met with violence. That video, confirmed by major news outlets, has opened a floodgate of questions about what really went on at those events and who else may have been there. No one is saying Justin was directly involved in any of those situations, but the con.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down, you gotta, wear a seat.
I mean, I'm 15, you can ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
Alright, 16.
No,
16.
Slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Then, when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay, I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go buck full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Justin may not have spoken directly about that specific video yet, but with everything coming to light, people are listening more closely than ever before, and he's done being quiet. To really grasp how Justin Bieber ended up in these circles, you have to look at the foundation that was built for him and the people who helped build it. Justin was just a small-town kid from Canada with a big voice and even bigger dreams. He was still in his early teens when he caught the attention of music executives and ended up under the wing of Usher. At first glance, it looked like a dream come true. A global R&B star taking a young talent under his wing. A once-in-a-lifetime mentorship. What most people didn't realize was that Usher's journey to stardom had started in a very similar way.
Someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the devil.
Long before he was a household name, Usher had also been a kid looking for guidance. He was only 13 years old when he moved in with Diddy for what was presented as artist development. But this wasn't a classroom or a studio boot camp. According to Usher himself,
That's this lawsuit, right? Lil Rod, he alleges that, Diddy told him personally that he had sex with Usher. And when you look at the lawsuit, even though they got Usher's name redacted, you could tell who it is because they described him as the guy that performed at the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, we all know who that is, but how you feel about that, man?
Well, I mentioned that earlier, that he said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around there in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh,
I know. He once described the experience in a radio interview. And the way he put it, it sounded less like music mentorship and more like a chaotic introduction to an adult lifestyle. He didn't give exact details, but the message was clear. He saw things no child should ever have to see. He called it a learning experience, but there was an uncomfortable undertone in everything he said. At 13, he was too young to make sense of what he was watching. He was placed in a world designed for adults and expected to absorb it like it was part of the journey. That so-called training camp was not about chords and lyrics. It was about exposure. Exposure to excess, exposure to control, exposure to a culture where boundaries were blurred and rules didn't seem to apply. And while Usher tried to laugh it off years later,
Someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the...
Years down the line, Usher met Justin and helped shape his career the same way his had been shaped. He became a mentor, a guide, a protector. But in introducing Justin to the same world that had once consumed him, Usher may have unknowingly repeated the cycle. Justin, like Usher, was placed in close contact with Diddy as part of his early development, not just for a quick meeting or studio session, but for full weekends, one-on-one time, and extended stays. The public was told this was all part of the music business. But now, in light of everything that has come out, people are wondering what really happened behind the scenes. What kind of mentorship takes a teenager out of his home and places him into the private world of a grown man with complete control? What kind of training camp allows a child to be surrounded by behavior and environments meant for adults? Were these kids really being taught? Looking back now, it is hard not to feel a sense of discomfort. The signs were there, but no one was really paying attention. At one point, Usher was asked a very direct question. Would he ever send his own children to stay with Sean Combs the way he once did as a teen? His answer was clear. Absolutely not. That response, simple as it was, says a lot about how his view of that time has changed. It may have been brushed off years ago as part of the artist's journey, but now that more details are surfacing, even those who once defended it are backing away. And then there is Justin, a teenager just getting his start, still full of hope, still figuring it all out. At 15, he appeared in a video with Combs that is now making the rounds again. In it, Diddy jokes about spending 48 hours with Justin and another boy. He says they are having the time of their lives, laughing about how they cannot reveal everything that is happening, only that it is every teenage boy's dream. When asked what he wants to do for the next 2 days, Justin answers with something about girls. At the